Okay, so I've never done this before, but I am in the process of starting to get my bariatric surgery done. I've been working on it for almost a year, and I started with a different insurance, and I was working at the time, and that was GemCare insurance, and they just gave me the runaround. Even working at my primary care office, I couldn't even get an authorization. I got the authorization to go down to San Diego to talk to the doctors, but that's it. They tried to put through the authorization. I don't know if it was GemCare's fault or the doctor's office fault. It just didn't happen either way. But I actually got laid off because of the cuts in Medicare, and so now I'm collecting unemployment, which is actually kind of nice because I got under my husband's insurance, which is Kaiser, and they have a really, really good bariatric program. All I had to do was go see my primary care doctor and tell him that I'm interested in the bariatric program, which is actually called Options. And I told him that I've been working on it for over a year. My authorization just didn't get processed correctly through GemCare, and he said, that's fine, we'll get you signed up. I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure, that type of stuff, but I do have a fatty liver, and the enzymes are going up steadily. They're not at bad ranges or anything like that. They said that as soon as I lose my 10%, that the ranges should be much better. So that I went to the primary care doctor, and he signed me up for the program. It took a little bit of time for them to call me, probably about a month, maybe less, maybe about 2 weeks, between 2 weeks and a month. And they called me to set up an appointment for a seminar, which they have. And so they scheduled me for a seminar, which was actually a week later after they called me. And I went to the seminar. It's a long seminar. It's probably about 2.5, 3 hours long, depending on how many questions everyone asks. Because I've been going through this for over a year, it was really boring for me. I didn't learn anything. I knew everything. My questions were basically in terms of the program, how long it's going to take, what doctors they use, and all that. So that was boring, but I got to meet all the people that were in charge pretty much and mark down which classes I want. Since I'm unemployed, I'm able to go to whichever class was first, and in the seminar they told us that there was a Friday afternoon class which was supposed to start in August. It's now September. I got a call in August right before that class started to say that they're putting me in the September class. And I marked down my sheet whichever class was available first. So I figured I was going to be put in the August class, but they decided to put me in the September class, which is okay. It's just another month. Oh, I got an eyelash. Oh, okay, later. So it is now September 22nd. I start my classes tomorrow. 2 days ago, I had my physical assessment for the program to see if I was even able to withstand surgery. So that was at that was 2 days ago, and I was in and out. She's kept saying, oh, you'll be totally fine. We don't really have anything to worry about. They drew blood for the for the appointment to see where my vitamin levels were, and they were perfect. I was a little bit low in iron, but I just got off my period a couple of days before I had the blood drawn. So, we're assuming that that was the reason why. And she said, we'll just get you on a multivitamin and with high in iron, and you should be totally fine. She was really, really nice. Her name's Bobby. And she looked at my liver and actually explained to me that my liver, yes, the enzymes are high, but it's not that high. It is in the range where they're just looking at it and making sure your liver's just kind of saying, help me. It's in stress right now. It's not causing any damage as of right now. My level's at 77. They said that when it hits 1,000, that's when the damage is occurring. So I was really, really worried because nobody ever explained it to me. They just said, yeah, your levels are a little bit elevated. To me, that means that they're high, that there's damage occurring. I don't know why no one has ever explained that to me. Like working in a doctor's office, I know a lot of times doctors underplay stuff to make the patient feel better. And so that's what I was thinking was happening. I didn't realize that the level goes from less than 55, which is normal, to 1,000, which is damage, and higher than that. And my level's only at 77. Anyways, that's just my beef with the doctors at Kaiser. I don't like my primary care. But anyways, I went to that appointment with Bobby, and she explained it to me, and she was great. And I am so excited to start my classes tomorrow. I just have been waiting so long. I know that I have 6 weeks of classes, no, 12 weeks of classes. And that's 3 months. 3 months, and I'm gonna be that much closer to getting my surgery. They say after you do your classes, it's really fast, which means that in 4 months, I could already have my surgery. And that's a huge change in my life. I was once really thin, not really thin. I've always struggled with weight, I guess. And just looking at the time, I struggled with weight my whole entire life. I've always said that I've been on a diet since I was 5. When I was younger, I was very, very active. I did cheerleading. I did POMs. I did ice skating. I did soccer. Every night I had something to do. At 15, I stopped and I went to work. And that's when I started gaining my weight because I wasn't as active anymore. So my suggestion to children that have always struggled with weight is keep being active, because once you stop being active, it is so hard to go back. I just wish that I could take that back and continue on with the cheerleading, continue on with POMs, dance, something. I was good at it and I loved it, and I'm a performer. I like to perform. But I knew that was my fault. And then when I was 20, I was very frustrated with my weight, so I started only eating one small meal a day, which really messed up my metabolism, which Bobby told me. But I already knew that, and I lost a lot of weight. I was down to 160 pounds, and I loved it. I was getting so much attention. It was awesome. But I gained the weight right back as soon as I started eating normal. But that's all that I could do right now. I blabbed on for 10 minutes, and I will make a movie tomorrow, I think, after my first class. All right, thanks.